Welcome back. Today we're in Joe Davis County in the northwest corner of Illinois. The county is named after Joe Davis. He was killed in 1811 at the Battle for Tippecanoe, which was a battle between the Shawnee Nation and the United States Army. Today we are going to take a walk down into Galena. There's a couple of bookstores we're going to look at. We're going to do some Christmas shopping early, and my wife is going to pan around and show you a little bit of the houses on the hill, and then we're going to go for a walk. That's good. Following in the footsteps of history once again.
Take this house, take it to the cab, take this town, take it to the cab, tell him I'm gone.
We're back in the back room where I belong. Well, that was hours ago, and I wanted to do a quick update on what happened in Galena. I bought one book. I bought this book. I bought The House by the River by August Derleth, and I'll have a scan of this coming up. August Derleth was born in 1909, and he died in 1971. He is best known as one of the founders of Arkham House Books. In 1939, he founded that with another writer, and they published, I believe it was called The Outsider and Other Stories by H.P. Lovecraft, and that was the beginning of a revival of interest in Lovecraft's career that has not abated. Lovecraft had died, I think, that year. Anyways, it was August Derleth who was responsible for that. He was also a writer, and the interest in Lovecraft has gone on ever since. Arkham Books was still around as a few years ago. I don't think they've published anything lately. He's been gone for quite a few decades now. Some of his short fiction, his horror stories and pulp fiction has been anthologized. I think I mentioned one in a previous episode when I was talking about these spooky anthologies. I mentioned a story by August Derleth, which is fantastic. Now, with Arkham Books, years later, he died in 1971, a couple of years after that, Denny O'Neil over at DC Comics appropriated the name Arkham, and he used it for Arkham Hospital, which became Arkham Asylum, and Arkham Asylum has become part of the Batman mythology ever since, for better or worse. My interest in August Derleth is his career. Now, he was mainly a regional writer, you know. He was a Wisconsin boy from Sauk City, so he did most of his work was regional. He had a Guggenheim Fellowship and everything, and he was highly regarded for that type of work he did. Most of his novels are about the regional life in Wisconsin. I'm obviously tied very closely to Wisconsin. My mother comes from Wisconsin, and I still live in Wisconsin 4 months out of the year, and very soon I'll be living in Wisconsin perhaps all year. We'll see. That's still quite a few years away, but we'll see what happens. In any event, I bought this book. This is part of his Stephen Sim juvenile adventure tales. Stephen Sim was a series he wrote for younger boys. Now, this is a 1965 first edition, and in the vein of Hardy Boys and all of that. He did 10 or 11 of these. I used to read these in the library. I've never owned one until now. And why is this exciting to me? Well, I'm excited to have it because I'm an August Derleth fan, but this is a signed copy. I paid today $125 for this book, which I think is a good price. And I'll show you the signature here. I don't think you can quite see it. He signed it on the blank page before the title page. And I'm really pleased to have it because I don't have any signed books by August Derleth in my collection. And again, I am a book collector. So I have a double whammy here. Not only will I read this wonderful book and enjoy it, it will bring back memories of reading the series when I was a kid. When I wasn't buying a lot of books, I had to go to a library, which was great. And now I have one that's signed by him. So it's probably one of the last signed books. I don't normally do this anymore, but I did it. I think this is a fair price for this book. The dealer had, I think, 5 of these, 5 different books. Piece of the Past in Galena, Illinois. And here, I'll have a scan of this so you can look at the address. And they were all priced at $125 or $95. And they were all, this was the only Stephen Sims story. The others were all part of the Sauk City series that he did, Sauk City Regional History, for which Derleth was really very well known, more so by the literary community for that than for his horror stories. Although he was obviously involved in writing them, they're fun to read, and also in preserving the works of other horror writers, which Arkham House books did for many, many decades. So kind of a thrill here. The only book I bought today. Now, A Piece of the Past is a great, I've been there before. I have another episode where I talk about this bookseller. He has a store in the North End and the South End. I was in both today. And his vintage paperback collection is gone. It's depleted. A couple of years ago, I was one of those that helped deplete it. I bought bags of books. Ace doubles from him. He told me today he has a couple in storage, a couple of boxes in storage. Someday he'll get to putting them out. I think he said he has the Ace double science fictions. Who knows what he'll do? He's not hurting for business. He's an antique dealer as well as a rare book collector. He knows his books. He knows his books very well. So this is an exciting little bonus video. It's August Derleth. It's The House by the River, a mystery for young boys from 1965, signed by the author himself. So I'm really proud to have this and happy. I'm a caretaker here. I'm a caretaker. I've talked about that before. All of these books that you see around me, I'm but a caretaker. Here during the course of my life, I will take care of them. And when I'm gone, someone else will take care of them as well. And that's the way this works for book collectors. We're happy to take care of these books for the next guy or gal who comes along to read them and treasure them. And I hope you're doing the same. Stay well, stay happy. Feed your brain, please. Read a book.